threat to this country by the Russians, and the fact that we're not talking about that really shocks me.
Well, Comey goes into that as well, and boy, Megan, he just does not hold back.
Yeah, I think the confusing part right now, I think for people like me, is on one side, he's this Boy Scout for the FBI. And on the other side, in the excerpts that have come out from his book, he's talking about our president's hand size. He's talking about crying in the Oval Office with President Obama. Pretty salacious, gossipy things to be putting in a book that I thought was supposed to be about just clearing the truth on this. And it seems more in the vein of Fire and Fury. Settling so far. I'm looking forward to seeing your interview tonight. I'm also looking forward to the hour he's going to spend on The View with us on Wednesday. Just to give him a shout out. There's a lot of unanswered questions. Like, why include the comparing of the hand size of our president?
Yeah, it's a very good question. He does go farther in the interview in parts than he does in some of the book. But Maggie, it's clear here the White House sort of knew there was no way they were going to constrain the president on this, so they might as well dig right into it.
I think you can set that statement to repeat. They didn't know they were going to constrain the president on this, on a number of issues. What I heard on Friday was the president was actually, his mood has been a little all over the place over the last week because of the Michael Cohen raid, as we've discussed. He wasn't in a terrible mood by the time Friday rolled around, by the time we were starting to hear about what Comey had said to you, because from their perspective, this was not as bad as they thought it was going to be. I have obviously not read the book. It does not seem like there is a ton of news in it, based on what I've seen. Your interview, frankly, seems like it's newsier, and they feel
and
like
more to come. Yeah, but
right, and so they feel right, and looking forward to it. But it sounds
10 o'clock
like
tonight. On all your interviews.
That is what we're here for. But they felt like it could have been worse, and frankly, as irritating as Comey is to the president. Insults like the hand size and so forth.
They think that helps them, clearly.
Yeah, they don't feel like that's a bad thing.
What doesn't help them, though, is the fact that they can't actually execute any kind of messaging strategy because the one person you need on board at all times is so unpredictable.
But, but he doesn't care.
I know he doesn't care, but I'm suggesting that the people who work for him actually care, because they probably would have preferred to be talking about Syria.
Well, except that the people who work for him would have to be surprised every day and have some form of a 24-hour amnesia to be shocked that, that this is the way it goes. No, but that is part of the issue here, I think, in terms of Comey and in terms of Fire and Fury, to your point about the comparison, is these are books that don't offer a whole lot of new information, affirm what we have seen over the course of time, but just have us doing sort of, and there's more proof of. I don't know that changes.
That's what I think. That's what I think is fascinating about this. So I think Jim Comey, like all of us, is a flawed individual. He's done wonderful things for the country. He's also made mistakes, and I think he's probably humble about that. But the fascinating thing about this book, the Fire and Fury book, and let's add the Steele dossier to this, is every part of this has been attacked. Almost every part of each of those has been confirmed as credible and true. There's nothing that's been really fundamentally confirmed in the Fire and Fury book that wasn't true about Donald Trump. The Steele dossier, 90% of everything that's been in those.
I got him to admit on The View that he reported things that were supposed to be off the record because somebody died.
That doesn't mean it's not true.
He said that the president was having an affair and then had to acknowledge he had no idea what he was talking about.
He didn't say that in the book.
But can we just say more importantly, though, as we're talking about things about this president